I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee in my very fun galactic spacey. This always kind of reminds me of the Jetsons. My beautiful mug I got in Ireland. It's a little impractical for holding, but not as bad as the other one I got in Ireland, which is the one where your mug hand warmer and it's so darn hot you can't hold it. So I've got all my lovely feathers that I've received, pretty much been given over the years in that. And I look at it every day. It really suits me, but it isn't practical. As many things in life that suit me are not real practical. How are you? Whew. What a ride we are on. Today is the full moon in Aries, Libra and Aries. Libra season, the full moon is in Aries. Um, Very much the I am full moon. And as full moons do, cast light on shadows. So shadows are coming up right now for the beliefs of I am. What are you believing? Likely those shadows are not lovely, empowered, wonderful things. Good morning, Kimberly. They're generally the things that we believe about ourselves that aren't empowering, aren't loving, kind, and beautiful. They're kind of mean. So, the reason that we want those shadows to be shown is that's what we're still carrying in our system. How can we release those? By choice, I choose. So today, some point, it'd be a good idea to write down the shadows that are coming up and then burn them tonight symbolically. The world won't come to an end if it doesn't happen tonight. We've been in this full moon energy for a couple days. We're going to be in it in a couple more. And so it is plenty of time to take care of that. So the unicorn, the magic of unicorns and Gaia Tarot are the two decks. And then messages from life or messages of life have come up this morning as guidance. A little scattered in their guidance in my mind. But the truth is, that's kind of how the world is showing up right now. Pretty darn scattered. We had another mass shooting in, I believe it was Arkansas. Just so painful that people are acting out like this about the things, whatever they may be, that they're unhappy about. This is, the world is kind of imploding. It has to, but it's not pretty, it's not easy, and it's certainly not a lot of fun to be watching. I can only glean moments of what's happening because of what it does. I watched someone's or read a bit of someone's Substack this morning about they have heart disease. Well, yeah, they've definitely had heartbreak a few times in their life and it becomes very physical. So now they have heart disease and they can only take so much, the stressors, whether it's emotional, mental, or physical. And so they go out to their beautiful water site and release the stress. And truly, that's how I've been a good portion of my life. I can only take so much of what is happening, and I can't stay there very long because it threatens to suck me under. It's imperative that you begin to understand physically, mentally, emotionally who you are, what you can do, and how you can best care for you. I'm in the process of doing some videos, and all free, just about how to deal with the physiological shifts that have happened, particularly in aging, particularly with women, the pain body, the dis-ease body, and kind of maybe where that's come from and how we can deal with that. Because for me, it isn't optional for me to sit down, succumb to it, whine, cry, and then just sit and watch TV. There is a part of me absolutely that wants to do that. That's the withdrawal, which is not a bad thing. It just doesn't get done, whatever it is we came in this world to do. Good morning, top of the morning to you, Kim. And the rest of the day, yes, that's some little things happening today, which will be kind of fun. And I've got some work to do on this what we have done, especially as women, to our bodies over the years. And then we go, gee, I don't know why I feel terrible. I don't know why I'm in so much pain. It doesn't see, all of these things. And then what we can do about that, because I'm definitely a warrior. So the attaining peace card came up in the messages or messages of life. And I'm going to read that to you. Attaining peace. That really is key in the physical as well as the mental, emotional. And there are those of you I know that are wringing your hands out there because that's what you do and that's all you do about all that's going on in the world. And I just don't know what to do. And life is just awful. And it's like, stop it. That does not help anything. What is it to do with my divine path? That's a great question to move forward with. Because if you're in the hand wringing, powerless, I just dawned on me, there are two Kimberlys here, two Kims. That's fun. Part of it's I put on my glasses so I could read it. But attaining peace, it does not do the world any good for you to whine and lash out and scream on social media about the injustices and what you think is happening. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't help anything. It does change things actually, but it does not change them the way you want them. It changes to creating more of that discord that you are screaming about, adding to it and multiplying it. So stop it. Attaining peace. Today, I turn within to find the source of my experiences coming from the inside. There, I find the peace that comes from seeking truth. I understand that the riches I discover within myself have a greater value than all the wealth of the outside world. Step by step, I continue my spiritual quest. Little by little, I free myself, rising ever higher and attaining true inner peace. And that really is the key that we want to take away from this message today during this full moon. The more healing I do, the better everything gets, the better I get. The better I get, the better the world gets. Again, it is all about you. The more you rail, scream, and yell about all the awfulness that is going on, the more you multiply that energy. And it's a pointless practice if you really are into changing the world. And we are. And so addressing what's going on with you personally. And again, many of us, even our younger, lovely sisters, are traveling in discord in the body, in dis-ease, many dysfunction, imbalance. That's one of the cards is about bringing us back into balance. That is the key. When we address ourselves and the physicality, because that's a great distraction. Physicality, physical problems distract us from our spiritual path, from our guidance, from what we came to do in the world that, no one else can do. You can't do what I'm doing. I can't do what you came to do. And so addressing our physicality, emotionality, our spirituality, on our own is key. And I'm going to start with the pain body because for me, I just realized, I think last week or so, that I just kept focusing on the pain. And of course, what do I teach? Focus on what you desire. It's like, oh yeah. I mean, the more I focus on the pain, the more the pain expands. And it's like, oh, it's not just, it is all just energy. But remember, I have to focus differently if I want different results. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And so that came up big, just about what it was that I was really propagating more of. And again, when we personally are in upheaval of any kind, we are much less effective in the world for doing what we can do here if we work on balancing and bringing in the energies that we choose. And so I had to really rethink it. One of the things that contributes to the dysfunction in my body is disalignment and imbalance. And so when I do my breath work, which I'm going to incorporate in this series I'm doing about how to address our own issues, I focus on bringing in what I desire. So I bring in alignment. Every breath, I bring in balance. I bring in love, the things that are going to absolutely shift the energy because it's going to bathe my cells in different chemicals. I mean, it is very scientific and very woo woo all at the same time. So, yay for the balance. So, the next card that came up was this was the balance card, masculine and feminine. And when it comes up in reverse, which it did, and this is the masculine and feminine of fire. When we are out of balance, we are much less effective in doing what we want to do, in enjoying life, in creating more of the lovely adventures that are our truth when we are in balance, when things are in alignment. Like when I took my trip to Ireland, for me, that kind of adventure, there's just kind of nothing better than that. And then it just kept unfolding into more amazing, lovely experiences that are absolutely the type of thing that fills and fuels my soul. And so, I mean, that was the ultimate balance. And, just the unknown, the adventure, the learning, the expanding, and becoming more of who I meant to be in this world by understanding a little bit about who I was in past lives. That's what one of the things that Ireland offered me. So, balance. Ask if you can't really see how you are out of balance. Open, willing, ready. Ask to be guided, to be shown how you are out of balance. And then once you know that, in whatever quiet time, self-work time you offer yourself, and I urge you to offer maybe some breath work in the morning, maybe just 5 minutes if that's all you have. You younger women are raising children, you've got jobs, you've got stuff. Get up 5 minutes earlier, offer yourself 5 minutes of quiet time, and seek balance in the breath work. Think about what it is you came to do. And for you younger women right now, being the best mother, if that is your path right now, you can be, is enough. But again, you want to bring yourself into balance. And sometimes that means taking your children to daycare and doing something just totally fun. How are you out of balance? Be open, willing, and ready to be shown where it is you can release imbalances. The next card that came up was that was the masculine, feminine again. The Six of Fire. The Six of Fire, very, very fiery cards, very powerful card there. And the Six of Fire also came up in reverse. Where is that book? Because there it is. I don't read tarot. Some of them I remember. Six of Fire. Oh, yeah. It has to do with being more flexible. Don't be so rigid. Grand rising to you too, Francesca. Be willing to consider where you might be able to shift you and your perspective. That is the title of this today. Your perspective is everything. Because I can guarantee you, Francesca and I have very different perspectives on life because we've lived very different lives. We're very different people, and we have a different thing we came in to see. And so, or to do in this world, and to see and to be. And so we want to be less rigid and stubborn in our beliefs of, what we think is right and who we think, everybody needs to be. Because we have never, as the indigenous used to say, walk a mile in my moccasins and then you'll understand me better. That is absolutely true. We're not going to be able to walk in everybody's moccasins, but we can make a choice to release rigidity. Kimberly says balance is so important. As a Libra myself, there just has to be, lest it's extremely uncomfortable for me. Yeah, Kimberly, true. I'm not Libra, but I am most comfortable when my life and my inner world is in balance. And much of the time, when I've had set twos with people and then I go into my quiet and good morning, Julia, and go, okay, what is my part here? What is for me to do? And it clicks in and I'll get the answer, you need to apologize. And I just like, Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to admit I was wrong. But I will not be in any kind of peace until I bring that balance. Once I know where I'm out of balance, there is no peace until I bring balance in. So, where are you out of balance? What are you not wanting to deal with? What are you putting your head in the sand about right now? And or what are you bringing in that is keeping you out of balance? It's a little cool in our house this morning. Fall has hit. Things have cooled down a bit. And I rarely have heat on, particularly, or, we don't have air conditioning. We have a swamp cooler. Weirdly, how that thing is taking care of us for 41 years here and no central air, but I digress. Anyway, my office is a little cool. So I'm seeking a little more warmth in the coffee. Uh, so, attaining peace, bringing yourself into balance, releasing the stubborn rigidity that whatever you believe is true and everyone else is wrong about, or the everyone else is right around you, the others, the family, the friends, the relationships that may be out of balance. What if the imbalance is you? It's not always them. It is what maybe you're allowing them to bring out in you, to show up in you, to trigger in you for your highest and best. When you own yourself as the creator, it is then when you can begin to uncreate. The unicorn, the magic of the unicorns came up this morning. And this one came in the very first card I pulled is the very last one I will read today. Grand Rising, Jonathan. Um, and it is about the unicorns. Overarching, it's about the elementals. Do we believe? Well, I can't see them, but I also can't see electricity. I can see the effects of it, and we may well see the effects of elementals. We're just not aware of it. So don't be rigid about the idea that there could be others. There could be another way to walk through this world with a different focus. The unicorn portal is urging you to step into one, to build one. Focus your light. Listen for a message. Get open, willing, and ready. I was given the understanding with an affirmation of a dream I'd had. And so this understanding took on a lot more meaning than if the woman had just said, "What about the unicorn in your field?" She said, "Tell me," she watched me finish up a healing on a woman. And she said, "That was lovely. Can you tell me about the white buffalo and the unicorn that are with you?" And it's like the white buffalo had been a dream that I'd had and was told, "You are white buffalo calf woman." And I went, okay, I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm willing to allow through whatever of her energy I can bring into this world. And then the unicorn, it was like, wow, check your, oh, thank you, Jonathan. No worries. So the unicorn energy is very fun, magical, and creation energy. Creating. Focus your light. What do you want to create? Focus on. Again, if we are not personally okay, it is much less powerful for us to impact the world with the goodness, light, the path we came in to live. So it really is, again, the message, really do you allow some playfulness in with the unicorn energy, the magic energy that, I remember my 6-year-old, who is now 11, asked her at one point, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" She goes, "Well, I think I'll be a veterinarian or a rock star." And it was like, yes, they are unlimited. We want to move back to unlimited in our possibility thinking. What does that look like for you? Certainly something I've been working on. We want to let go of the rigidity that is holding us in a place that isn't as powerful as we came to be. Very powerful card here, very much a power card. You see the black and the white. Rarely is life black and white. It converges most powerfully at the center when it becomes gray, the place of balance. The black and white holds us apart from others more than it ever brings us together. And then balance again. This card came in reverse. It is telling us we are out of balance. It is time to seek the balance that is ours. I'm open, willing, and ready. Guides, angels, companions, galactic family, the PTO family, the Tag Collective, for you to come in and guide me to where my next best step to finding more balance, more alignment, more peace is. Because when we are at peace, we are certainly sharing a higher vibe in the world. I think we are complete for this beautiful Monday in October. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.